Hello there, my beautiful Leos, and welcome back to your channel. This is your weekend / new moon in Aries reading. So yes, this is for this weekend of April 17th to the 20th, but we also have a new moon in Aries on April 17th. So I'm getting this out for you. If you're watching it live, this is coming out a day before your weekend reading usually comes out. Just because I felt the need to get it to you the day before, opposed to on the day of. So check your birth chart, Leo. Where do you have any Aries or first house placements? This is a fire sign, new moon. You are a fire sign, so elemental energy, you're definitely going to feel it. But let's see what the cards say about this new moon in Aries for you. Here is your moon affirmation card. This is the artwork on it. And it says, I am curious about my true nature and I seek to understand myself. So, with this card coming through as your affirmation for this new moon, it is a really strong indication that there is going to be expansion in understanding and knowing yourself. A very strong power in life is to know yourself, knowing your energy, reflecting, diving deep. And it's interesting that you have this card coming through for the Aries new moon because Aries rules the first house of self. So this affirmation goes beautifully with the energy of Aries, being curious about your true nature and understanding self. So this energy of this new moon will definitely highlight self-energy, independence, making bold moves, bold actions, taking some risks. You know, Leo, when I think about it towards you, I hear this quote, go big or go home for some reason. I don't know why I hear that or see it written, but we'll see what the cards say and see what else comes through. But it's almost like taking a gamble on yourself type of energy. So let's see what else you got going on in your cards. All right, so you have an eclipse in Sagittarius, card 33 with growth. There it is, success after a setback. So fellow fire sign Sagittarius coming in. Although this is a reading for the Aries new moon, this goes absolutely beautiful with the energy of your affirmation. And now you're receiving this growth card, number 33. Pay attention to the number threes. With success after a setback. So there is going to be a shift here for you in this Aries new moon where you are not only going to see your growth, but you are going to see a breakthrough in your energy. A lot of breakthrough energies for yourself. You may discover something about yourself, and you know, sometimes we do things or we feel some type of ways or we have some subconscious blocks that we don't really understand why they're there. Some of you may be having a huge reflective moment right now and realizing like, wow, that's why this is an obstacle for me. So you're going to understand something more about yourself, and it's going to bring you a huge breakthrough, especially when this eclipse in Sagittarius card comes through. Let's see what else you got going on. The Moonology card for you for this new moon in Aries is communication is key with the new moon in Gemini. So, you have communication being highlighted for you around this time no matter what. Your previous reading was your fortune, literally was the communication fortune. And now you're getting the new moon in Gemini with communication. You're hearing from somebody. Phone calls are coming in. Renewed connections, new connections. There's emphasis on communication. Some of you may be reflecting on how you communicate to other people. How do you come off? How do you express yourself? So let's see what else you got coming through. But once again, communication is highlighted for you. 3 unicorns. Jeez. I won't. Where we here, and your number's 33, so I guess let's see what we got going on. The King of the Unicorns, you are blessed with majesty, vision, and power. Beautiful. This is the one of most strongest unicorn cards in this deck. This is when you feel like you're on a throne. So there could be a lot of random communication coming your way, people feeling attracted to you, people feeling just aligned to speak with you or converse with you in whatever way, shape, or form. We have seeking the good. Look for the good in your current situation. And you also have, future card number 11. Let go of the past and move forward. So, seeking the good coming in, this unicorn reminds you that although sometimes we may go through setbacks, right? This eclipse in Sagittarius card, although we may go through certain things that we don't understand why they happen, it's always really important for you to find the lesson in it, to find the positive in it. You have the power to rewrite the script of what's happening. So if something has felt like it wasn't that great of a situation, rewrite the script. What did you learn from it? What growth are you having from it? What expansion can this energy bring you? And you have the future card. So there's something about this new moon that is going to directly connect to a future event. Possibly even a future person. Now, I know some of y'all don't care about romance, but single Leos, there could be somebody in your future that is coming through that the new moon in Aries is showing you energy of it gaining momentum. This card specifically says to let go of the past and move forward. And you have this eclipse in Sagittarius literally saying a success after a setback. And Sagittarius energy rules expansion. Sagittarius rules the energy of Jupiter. This is happening around the time that we have a new moon in Aries, which this reading is for. So there is expansion in this new moon that's happening here for you. And it looks like something that's happening around now. There's going to be a future event that you will reflect on this moment now. So whether you meet this person, whether you exchange information with this person, or whether you make some specific type of manifestations around this time, there could definitely be somebody that's aligned to you in a future experience, but there's something about what's going on now that builds momentum towards this individual. All right, your overall energy from the tarot is open up with the Four of Pentacles. So this could be why I felt the go big or go home energy here for you, Leo. I know, sometimes it's uncomfortable to open up. Sometimes it's uncomfortable to be vulnerable. Sometimes it's uncomfortable to let energies in. Sometimes it's uncomfortable to stand in the spotlight. But you are meant to shine. You are meant to be seen. You are meant to be valued. You are meant to be heard. And with this card of the Four of Pentacles, it looks like there's something or someone coming your way. And it's going to require you to open up and, you know, Aries energy. Be a bit courageous. Be a bit brave. Four of Pentacles could come in a sense of don't overspend around this time. You know, there's a lot of planets in Aries right now, according to what I have seen. And there is obviously a new moon in Aries that we are reading for in this moment. I guess you could say, lesser side of Aries energy could be very impulsive. So careful of impulsive spending around this time. Let's see, on the Four of Pentacles, we have the Hanged Man. Wow. There it is. So the Hanged Man is stuck. The Hanged Man won't open up. The Hanged Man sits in his hanged position until he has an epiphany moment. You see that circle of yellow around his head, which would be the sun. It looks like you have an epiphany moment, and I feel like it's about something that has to do with yourself. Because of your moon affirmation that says, I'm curious about my true nature and I seek to understand myself, and you have the Hanged Man to the Four of Pentacles, there is something that you're going to discover or figure out in your own energy around this time. Possibly why you have felt stuck or why a certain area of your life has been feeling set back. big change here. Let's see what's coming your way with this new moon. Is the Strength card. There's your energy, Leo. Your influence is the Wheel of Fortune. There's the shift. There is the Hanged Man, going from that position to upright. Enlightenment, epiphany moments, shocks, surprises. Wheel of Fortune bringing you a shift, bringing you into some luck. It does look like something going on for this new moon in Aries is going to be a destined event. It looks like destiny is playing a part in this new moon in Aries for you, Leo. What's unexpected is the Queen of Cups. So something emotionally unexpected coming in, right? Unexpected, open, emotional energy. Some type of vulnerability, some type of sensitivity. Somebody may be surprisingly vulnerable and open to you around this time. Could be what this communication is. Your advice is the Eight of Swords, so get out of your head and into your heart. And your outcome is the Queen of Swords. Nice, okay. There is some epiphany energy here. There's something you're figuring out about your own energy that you didn't really understand why it was like that. Or maybe you did know, but you didn't really know how to fix it. You know, first level is awareness with these types of things. But a lot of the times, that's where people kind of get stuck. Where they find themselves in like, well, okay, well, I'm aware that I do this. Or I'm aware that I think like this. The awareness is there. But the how to shift it is usually the step that people get stuck at. So you might have been stuck at this step, but something's going on with this new moon in Aries where there is going to be that final energy of a shift where you will not be stuck anymore. So usually I just go and clarify the in spread here, but I am going to clarify the Hanged Man. And I love the Hanged Man. I feel like it's a very good card. I don't know why I feel that connection to that card. But I like that card. The Hanged Man also gives free will energy to me. So, you know, especially with the vibration of this Aries new moon, free will, courage, action, self. Let's see, the Hanged Man to justice. Beautiful. Things are going to be rebalanced in your energy. Good karma coming in. You may even find inner balance. Because I do feel like there's a lot of self-energy here, especially with the Strength card of what's coming your way. Not only self-control, I mean, could be a fellow Leo around you, but more strength, more courage, more willpower. The Fool, there's that Aries energy, and the Knight of Cups. So some of you actually may be taking a risk on love around this time, opening up to love, opening up your heart, opening up to exploring what's out there for love. There could definitely be a suitor on their way to you, potential that they could very much be a fire sign. You do have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here, and the Three of Cups. So definitely could be exploration of new love for a lot of you, taking a risk on being vulnerable and being open. Some of you are taking a chance on saying, all right, I'm ready to date. I'm ready to see what's out there. Others of you could be a potential of a reconciliation here, and or there could be certain people that you are meeting through others around this time. But what's coming your way is some type of opportunity to socialize or an opportunity to open up to a new person, past person, current person, stronger. I do feel like bonds in your life could get stronger as you open up more. The Wheel of Fortune of your influence with the Four of Cups, the Ten of Swords, hello, and the Two of Wands. So there is a new reality you're stepping into. I feel like boredom has striked in your energy at some point in time. Some of you may have just been bored with maybe the same types of people, the same types of experiences, the same types of whatever. And, you know, with that Hanged Man there, that kind of asks the question of, what am I putting out there that is attracting in these same types of experiences? It's asking yourself, what do I need to shift inside of my own energy to attract something different? And it looks like in your influence, that epiphany moment is exactly that. You're figuring out what needs to shift in your own energy to reflect a different reality, to attract different opportunities and experiences for yourself. Because you know that Three of Cups to the Knight of Cups of what's coming your way could definitely be some people that could actually be handing you or offering you some type of opportunities. It doesn't necessarily have to be love, but the Knight of Cups comes out with his flower bouquet and it makes me think of love. And then you also have this dude up here with the red roses around him. So there is something here with romantic love for some of you for sure. And I feel like for a lot of you, there could be something inside of you that is really shifting and you aligning to different types of people or on different levels with people, different dynamics. I do feel like there's something with the emotions here because you have the Queen of Cups of what's unexpected. The King of Cups, there you go. The Seven of Cups, there are more cups. And the Chariot. There's a breakthrough in your emotional being. You may find if you're in a relationship, Leo, or connecting to somebody, you may find that all of a sudden you two are more open and vulnerable with each other. You may connect to somebody or reconnect to somebody that you just feel like you have a connection with on a level of understanding. You know, the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups would be a match of intuition. So that gives me an energy of somebody who understands your energy. But the possibilities are opening up here for you with the Seven of Cups. And there it is, the Chariot. There is some type of breakthrough energy. We already see that with the Eclipse and Sagittarius card coming through here for you. But the breakthrough is big. And you know what you could be doing on the level of communication? Remember how I say the word is your wand? Some of you have actually started speaking to yourself differently. Manifesting in different words. Using different words instead of other words, you know. I feel like there's something here about wording or communication. I get a phone call energy. Like I can see somebody like clicking the green part to answer a phone or something like that. All right, on the Eight of Swords in your advice, we have the Hermit, we have the Ten of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So your advice is saying, don't let the mind play tricks on you. Now is the moment to come out of that hermit energy and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy the rewards. Enjoy the good karma. And keep learning. There's always going to be something new for you to learn. No matter where you're at in life, no matter what age you are in life, there's always going to be more for you to learn. And that should actually keep the vibration in that energy of curiosity. You know, I don't know who says the quote, but I know there's somebody online, maybe like a speaker or podcaster or something like that. They always say, always stay curious. And that is really the key to understanding not only self, but life and others and energy and stuff like that. Queen of Swords as your outcome, which is showing me getting, you're receiving clarity on something. With the Strength card again, Judgment, Queen of Swords again, Seven of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. This type of outcome, it's all about you. You're realizing something right now. 888 in your spread as well. The triple eights of abundance coming through. There is a really strong realization that you are coming into around this time of where to put your focus. Not only internally, but externally. And it looks like there's something that you're working on or something that you have been either contemplating working on. It looks like you're going to start to get to work. Three of Wands. Yeah, you're ready. This new moon in Aries is definitely going to remove blocks and obstacles inside of you first, for sure. And as the ripple effect happens outside of you, it looks like there are some types of breakthroughs with relationships on all different levels. And I do feel like there is this energy, if you've been like confused of what do I focus on? Where do I put my focus? What deserves my time and energy? This new moon in Aries is going to help you figure it out. Because nothing is worth you not feeling good. Nobody is worth you not feeling good. No amount of money is worth you not feeling good in your own energy. And I feel like there is something in you starting to understand that. And of course, a new moon in Aries is going to help you understand more things about yourself, you know? So if you were looking to this reading of like an outcome of like, oh, this is coming your way. This is coming your way. Yeah, we see a couple things in this position and that position of what's coming your way for the new moon in Aries and what's unexpected. But the outcome is all about you. And I'm really not surprised that the outcome comes out like this with a new moon in Aries, because they do have that energy of it being all about them. Not in a more or less like conceited or cocky way. You know, sometimes when the ego is too much there, yeah, of course it could come out like that. But in the way this reading is coming through, it's really giving you this indication of you learning more about yourself, you having a breakthrough inside of your energy, and then seeing what follows from that moment. So, very interesting reading here for you, Leo. Pay attention to the triple threes for sure. And also pay attention to, you have 4 8s in this reading, actually. You have 8, 8, 8, 8. I'm just looking for the ending oracle deck. Okay, I have found it. You know me. When I do moon readings, I have to get every single moon deck that I own out for them. Oh, and then I'm going to get y'all one of like the little funny ones at the end after that. I like to keep them at the end for like the little lighthearted energy. But since this is a special reading for a moon event, we're going to add a little lighthearted one at the end as well. But in terms of zodiac signs in your spread that came out in your chart, that could be in your chart or around you. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, all 3 fire signs came through. You have Gemini, you have Cancer, you have Virgo, and Libra in the reading. So let's see. I really do feel like there's like an understanding emotionally here that you have with somebody or something like that. And it could be more than one person with this 3 of Cups here. Somebody may also like say something to you that, you know, like when your heart feels like all warm, nice inside. All right, so let's see what your ending oracle is here, Leo. Last quarter moon in Scorpio. Whew, reveal what needs to be seen. Yep. And your overall energy is open up. So what needs to be seen? What needs to be expressed? What needs to be taken out of the shadows and brought into the light? Here we go. There are some things that people just don't like to talk about. Oh my gosh. And you have that new moon. I mean, and you have that communication is key card. Okay, drawing this card suggests there's an issue or situation in your life now that might not be easy to air. Or perhaps you feel like you shouldn't air it, and that's fine. Now is a time for you to reveal only what you want to be seen. Don't feel the need to discuss everything with everyone. Some matters may require discretion. The less codependent you are, the better chance you have of getting what you want. There's 2 forces at play and neither wants to budge. Strong is good, but stubborn is a problem. When you no longer feel the need to tell everyone what you're manifesting, you're ready to start manifesting. Your manifestation affirmations, I know that dramas now are healing crises. Interesting. And you know what's even weirder is that you have this last quarter moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio and Aries actually share a planet, Mars. So, you know, with this open up, Hanged Man justice with this seemingly so emotional energy, there is going to be some type of situation or conversation that possibly will require you to reveal something. And this last quarter moon in Scorpio is really giving you this energy of, like, reveal what makes you feel comfortable, right? What makes you feel comfortable. Wow. So let's see what you have as your little lighthearted ending oracle affirmation. Sometimes this deck could be a little off, but sometimes it's super on and it's hilarious. So let's just see what you get. Cleansing. Feeling bogged down by the weight of 1,000 thoughts, feelings, boxes of mystery, objects lurking in your closet? Consider this a prescription to clean house. Mentally, physically, literally, figuratively, and anything else that applies adverbally. It's hard to make room for new connections and experiences when every bit of your emotional space is cluttered with a psychotic bric-a-brac. Don't know what that is. So enjoy a major guilt-free flush out. And not to worry, you can always find new psychic bric-a-brac in the metaphorical clutter section of Craigslist. So you have a bonus card. So it's time for you to cleanse. Clean house. Not only inside of your energy, which is exactly what this reading was about, cleaning house internally, but possibly literally. Are we holding on to certain clothes? Are we holding on to certain belongings? Do we have a bunch of clutter, right? Just like what that card says, it's hard to make room for new connections and experiences and energy when you're cluttered, right? When your energy isn't open. So open the window, open the door, let some fresh air in, do some spring cleaning, right? They don't call it spring cleaning for no reason. And now would be the time, especially using that Aries energy. And honestly, I think that ending oracle of cleansing is absolutely hilarious because I need to go through loads of clothes. I literally just said this yesterday to one of my friends. I have like this really, really big drawer of clothes, like a storage bin underneath my bed. And I don't know why I'm holding on to these clothes if I haven't gone in that storage bin in like 2 years. So it's like, obviously I don't wear them for any season. And I actually literally just had that thought to myself yesterday. So I find it really funny that it's coming through. And I do have Leo on my chart. I have a Leo, Moon, and Mars. So obviously some of these readings will definitely have things in them that resonate to me. But that was funny. That was actually really funny. So thank you, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing Leos. Yeah. Since you got your weekend reading a day early, you'll probably get your weekly love reading on Sunday instead of Monday. Sometimes with the weekly love reading, I'll give it to you on Sunday if I'm early with everything, or I'll give it to you on Monday if I'm just like right on time. But it seems like I'm a little bit early with things. So you will get your weekly love reading and probably a daily on Sunday. So you'll get nothing tomorrow because Friday's usually when you would get this reading. You'll get nothing on Saturday, but you'll get some stuff on Sunday, and then your regular scheduled programming for the week will continue forward. But I know some of y'all will be surprised because I normally don't get out readings on Thursdays, but the new moon in Aries is on the 17th, and I like to get it a little bit before it happens, even though we're in the midst of it, still the 3 days before and the 3 days after. But don't forget to look at your birth chart, y'all. Even if you don't have Aries in your birth chart, you do have a first house somewhere. So really pay attention to what your first house is. So love you guys so very much. And I'll see and talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Have a good day or night wherever you are at in the world. Bye now, Leo.